I contacted and explained that I was experiencing problems recording with a different band in Los Angeles. It lacked sufficient roughness. There were no discernible rock edges. Naturally, I found Jules, whom I didn't know, while searching for someone else. We hope you have a pleasant return to our channel. We will go into the fascinating life of Rod Stewart today. A famous pop and rock musician, it's unbelievable how Stewart became famous. He has been successful for decades, with 250 million song sales and an estimated $300 million in the bank. Aside from his wealth and celebrity, he has had a troubled existence, dealing with everything from relationships in the spotlight to a battle with thyroid cancer. Join us as we explore the tumultuous path to stardom, the struggles he endured, and the indelible mark he left on Music by Rod Stewart. Take caution. A legacy of triumph over adversity and personal strife is what Rod Stewart has left behind. With a reputation as the voice of pop and rock music, Rod Stewart has been famous for more than 60 years. The fact that Stewart is currently valued at roughly $300 million is evidence of his immense accomplishment in the music industry. He has over 250 million record sales because he is beloved by people everywhere. His distinctive raspy voice, charismatic performance, and cockiness have catapulted him to superstardom. Stewart has had a rocky road to stardom and fortune, as one would anticipate. As scandalous and successful as his professional life has been, his personal life has been equally difficult and convoluted. From his high-profile relationships to his battles with illnesses that almost took his life, Stewart's life is a testament to perseverance, bravery, and forgiveness. Steps to stardom. Rod Stewart's formative years prepared him for the career that would catapult him to international stardom. His family belonged to the working class, and he was born into it on January 10, 1945 in London, England. He was born to Robert Stewart, a factory worker, and Elsie Stewart, a housewife. However, Stewart grew up listening to big band and swing music at his dad's house. The albums playing in Stewart's house were the first source of information about the transformative power of music. His passion for music didn't blossom, though, until he was a teenager. By the mid-1960s, Stewart had joined a number of bands due to his immense enthusiasm for music. Two of these groups were the Hoochie Coochie Men and Long John Baldry. His breakout role, however, came in 1969 when he took the main vocals for the rock band Faces. As a result of their successful fusion of rock and blues, Stewart's voice rose to prominence in the rock music industry. His solo work quickly catapulted him to international fame. He became an indelible part of music history after releasing a series of albums that grew in popularity with each passing release. The influence of Stewart extended far beyond the realm of music. For a long time, songs like Maggie May, Do You Think I'm Sexy, and The First Cut is the Deepest served as national heroes. Even though Stewart's professional life was thriving, weird things began to happen in his personal life. The news of the rock star's thyroid cancer diagnosis surprised fans and industry insiders alike when it was publicized in the year 2000. Stewart was well known for his high-energy performances, but suddenly he found himself in the midst of the most difficult battle of his life, fight for his life. Since Stewart had been receiving frequent inspections, he was taken aback by the news. He had a mass on his thyroid that was later determined to be malignant, discovered during a routine tumor scan. Although the cancer was manageable due to its early detection, it significantly impacted his well-being and ability to perform his job. because it regulates metabolism and produces hormones crucial to vocal health. Thyroid cancer should be a particular concern for singers. His voice cords were already fragile from past issues, so Dr. Stewart warned him that the tumor removal procedure could damage them even more. Stewart kept a good outlook and was determined to get better, no matter how terrible things got. The malignant mass was removed immediately through surgery, which posed a significant risk to the patient. For Stewart, the prospect of losing his voice meant he might never sing again. Due to the difficulty in recovering, Stewart had to take a 9-month break from acting. In the process of regaining a powerful and clear voice with the help of vocal therapists, he faced both emotional and physical challenges. Once Stewart recovered, his voice changed forever. He reworked his voice to sound warmer and more grown-up, which allowed him to connect with his fans on a deeper level, even if he lacked his distinctive raspy tenor voice. The path to recovery, Stewart exhibited strength as he got better, even if it was difficult. When Stewart returned to the stage in September 2015, it had been years since his voice had returned to normal. In a triumphant return to live performance, he performed his renowned hit, "I Don't Want to Talk About It," at a concert. Stewart didn't consider this victory to be personal. It demonstrated his unwavering commitment to his career despite facing obstacles in life. After this occurrence, Stewart also developed a strong interest in helping those who are battling cancer. He eventually became a major donor to the City of Hope Foundation, which helps fund cancer research and treatment for children. The importance of early cancer detection was highlighted by Stewart, who utilized his prominence to spread the word. To help diagnose illnesses early, he also encouraged individuals to seek checkups regularly. He was transformed by Stewart's battle with cancer. He became more empathetic and resolved to use his celebrity for charitable causes as a result. He gained fame not just as a singer, but also for his humanitarian efforts on behalf of the sick. Besides marriage, family, and fatherhood, there is life. Much like his professional life, Rod Stewart's private life has been in the spotlight. He has a long history of partnerships and has been married 3 times. His romantic life has been the subject of much scrutiny from the media. Alana Hamilton was his first wife, and their 1,979 marriage lasted all of 5 years. Stewart blamed his insanity for the strained relationship and later claimed he was too young to be married. Their 2 children, Kimberly and Sean Stewart, were born to them despite the breakup. Following his split from Alana, Stewart was famously involved with model Kelly Emberg. They were married and had a daughter, Ruby Stewart. Despite the fact that they never tied the knot, Stewart's life was profoundly affected by the impact of their connection. Due to the significant age gap, Stewart's 1,992nd marriage to stunning Rachel Hunter garnered even more media attention. When it happened, Hunter was just 21 years old and Stewart was 45 years old. Despite the challenges, they managed to stay married for nearly a decade and have 2 children, Renee and Liam Stewart. Stewart eventually came clean about his mistake in thinking Hunter was the one after they broke up. In 2007, Stewart tied the knot for the 3rd time with photographer and model Penny Lancaster. Aidan Ward Stewart and Alistair Ward are their sons from a previous relationship. Stewart has compared Lancaster to a rock in his otherwise shaky existence, and the couple clearly has a deep connection. Thanks to his experiences, Stewart is now a kinder and more compassionate partner. He emphasizes the significance of maintaining open lines of communication and avoiding going to bed upset. Being a parent and grandfather has brought Stewart's attention back to his family. that his children and grandchildren make him happy is something he mentions quite a bit. Problems with the law and scandals in the public eye. Because of his involvement in public crises and court battles, his private life has received considerable media attention throughout the years. Outside of a Los Angeles party in 2007, Sean Stewart, who is Stewart's son, got into an altercation with a security guard. There were few events as well known as this. Charges of assault were brought against the father and son as the situation deteriorated. Sean Stewart had a history of run-ins with the law enforcement. He had already served a 90-day prison sentence in 2002 for assaulting a guy outside a coffee shop in Malibu. These occurrences exacerbated the already strained connection between the father and son. Reality TV shows like Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew and Sons of Hollywood featured Sean Stewart, bringing public exposure to his difficulties. Despite his legal and personal troubles, Stewart's connection with his children has remained important to him. His perspective on family dynamics has shifted since becoming a father, and he has been a doting parent. As Stewart aged, his priorities shifted. He began to appreciate his time with his kids and granddaughters more, and he reflected on his own upbringing and the wisdom he had gained from parenting. A tragic aspect of Rod Stewart's private life is the rift that has developed between him and Sarah Streeter, his firstborn daughter. She insisted he had left her high and dry. So, according to Susanna Boffey, Sarah was born in 1963, long before Stewart achieved stardom. Stewart was not involved with Sarah's upbringing at that period, therefore Sarah spent her childhood without her father. The identity of Sarah's biological father remained a mystery to her for many years. When she learned that her father was a world-renowned musician, their relationship became even more complex. Stewart later acknowledged that he felt terrible for abandoning Sarah when she was a kid, and that he knew it harmed her. Stewart moved Sarah to tears when he shared the story of how she sobbed upon viewing a photo of him embracing his newborn son, Alistair. The thought of the years gone by and the connection they could have shared brought Sarah to tears. Even though they've been apart for a while, Stewart and Sarah supposedly tried to get back together in recent years, but their history still hurts. Strength as a legacy. Overcoming insurmountable obstacles is a common theme in Rod Stewart's life narrative. His career was defined by incredible musical accomplishments, but his resiliency in the face of scandal, sickness, and family issues is what truly made him famous. Stewart has always dealt with adversity head-on, emerging from it more resilient and resolute. His interactions with others were complex, and he fought cancer. Despite his imperfections and shortcomings, he remains steadfast in his pursuit of aspirations and remains committed to his loved ones, his audience, and his music. Stewart has proven throughout that his influence, like his music, will endure for many years to come. Because of Sarah, Rod Stewart's life has become incredibly confusing and tragic. His celebrity and fortune make her feel insignificant. Stewart had barely begun his career in the year Sarah was born, 1963, but her biological father abruptly abandoned her. It was unexpected for Stewart to have a child with Susanna, Buffy Williams, because of their brief relationship. Stewart made it plain early on that he did not want to be involved in the child's life, and he was not prepared to be a parent at the age of 18. When Sarah was born, Stewart made no effort to attend. He had already detached himself from the situation, and his demeanor reflected a spirit of rejection and flight. The narrative of Sarah is one of loss and yearning, because she was raised without her father. She Upon reflection, Sarah revealed that the first time she saw her father was when she was 18 years old. She learned her biological father's identity at that point. The news surprised her, and she wasted no time in re-establishing contact with the man who had previously been solely in her imagination. Stewart remained uncaring and indifferent despite her best efforts. He even went so far as to say he didn't want her. The venom in his speech was cutting. These heartbreaking rejections occurred again throughout their partnership, causing them much sorrow. Several times when Sarah became an adult, she attempted to contact her dad, but he either disregarded her or laughed her off. His response to her wedding invitation shows that Stewart isn't paying attention. Sarah invited her father to her wedding 3 months in advance in the vain hope that he would take note. Stewart, his Lancaster, and a PS 5000 Harrods gift certificate were the only wedding presents she received, along with a lily bouquet and a message signed by them all. All of these things brought up memories of a father who was still not physically present. No matter how many presents her father gave Sarah, she always yearned for a genuine bond with him. Even though she never received a call, she carried her phone with her all day. Stewart prioritized maintaining his public image before addressing Sarah, his firstborn daughter, and Sarah endured the harsh reality of this for a long time. Her sadness was palpable.